everybody. Welcome to the Come and Giggle podcast. I'm your ghost. I'm your host, not ghost, even though it is the right season for that.
Halloween.
Yeah, that's coming
Spooky.
up. Spooky. I'm your host, Nickey Huntsman, and today I have my friend Joe Bruno.
Hi, how's it going?
So Joe Bruno is a musician and a comedian locally. He was actually one of my first stand-up friends in Colorado.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, we go way back.
Yeah, like a year now.
Probably more than that, honestly. When did you start stand-up?
I thought it was last year.
I think it was before that. Maybe a little bit further.
Are you sure?
I mean, you were on and off. You never, you know what I'm saying?
It was on
Like,
and off,
yeah.
but no, it was last year because it was
Last year?
2023.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
2023. It's been a
No,
long
last year, 2023, when the comedian I fell for was being a butthole, and I decided to go get drunk and talk shit about him at open mics.
Nice.
Without using his name, of course. But, when I made up my first couple bits about breakups and about being ghosted, so that actually kind of correlates with me
Halloween
slipping
joke.
up. But no, that was like my first little thing, going up there just drunk, and I did that a few different times, and you were one of the first people to talk to me and be nice to me when I sucked.
I'm like the NPC wizard of comedy. I'm usually, if you're getting into comedy in Colorado Springs, I'm probably the first person you run into at an open
Well,
mic.
there were a lot of people there, that I ran into that I still see at things and talk to, but when it comes to the ones that were welcoming, it was you and JJ.
Yeah.
You and Jason Alexander, who's going to be on the next episode. But
Hell yeah.
yeah, you two are my first friends in comedy here, and you guys are the ones that I have to say are actually like my real friends, like outside of just hi and bye at shows.
Yeah. No.
So.
Well, you're a cool person and you're working on your stuff, and when you're out in LA and you hitting mics, that we see that and we're like, let's get Nickey on,
I'm doing my thing. I'm trying. I need to do it more often. It's just a juggling routine with scheduling and timing.
Oh yeah. No, that's the thing about comedy is it's, a lot of people will tell you when you're getting into it, you need to hit like open mics 3 to 4 times a week for like
Absolutely.
4 years straight.
Well, the thing is, you have to build up the confidence. You have to practice your sets, figure out what's good, what's bad. You have to write daily. There's a lot of time and effort that goes into stand-up, which people don't realize. And I was amazed when I realized how much went into it once I actually started getting going with it.
Yeah. And just like that open mic thing too. It's weird because you hit the weirdest rooms, like the weirdest places.
And
they're
open
doing
mics
stuff.
can be so scary and so traumatizing. I hate them.
It's bad at first. Like I'm a few years in myself as a comic. Like I'm only like 3.5, almost 4 years in, and now I'm just now getting to the point where like I go into a room and I'm like, okay, there's only 4 fucking people. Let's do this.
I feel so much more confident though, like when I'm doing shows than I do at mics, especially because at mics it's usually just other comics sitting there quietly like judging you.
Yeah, sometimes. But if it's a room of strangers, if I can find like 4 random people I don't know and they're having a good time by the time I'm done, that's what it's about. That like, because I was the same way when I first started. I'd be like, oh, this show sucks or this mic sucks. Like, this is going to be terrible because I can't do this. But now I'm at a point, it's like a challenge. It's like mentally, like, I'm not leaving here unless
you get at least
I get these people to laugh. And so far, I've been like, it's weird. Like, you would get laughs, and that's like kind of like crack. It's like addicting. You're just like, oh my God, I can get people to laugh. And you would do that. And then in time, you've figured out a little bit of your set or whatever, what kind of act you have or whatever, 5, 10, 15 minutes. And then you're working on new material. And when you're working on new material, trying to bring, like, you've kind of become a better writer over time. So now you kind of know the tricks of, like, this is going to be fun. Like, watch this.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at right now. I'm addicted to the worst open mics. Like, because I'll come up with new comics and they'll be all like, oh man, this is gonna suck, there's only 4 people. I'm like, fucking watch this, dude. Like, let's go. Like,
and you just school
let's go
them.
Yeah, let's go make like 4 people fucking laugh. Like, I don't care. Like, it's, if there's a handful of people and it's not the best, like, that's what I'm addicted to right now.
That's
it's
fun.
It's kind of a weird place to be in. But then that's just all, then you end up on a show and it's a good packed show, and it's like, yeah, of course the good packed show, most people are gonna do pretty good. It's that skill in getting like 4 strangers who don't know who the fuck you are, and you just walked into some bar and trying to get those people to laugh. Like that's where I'm at right now. Like comedy wise, I guess in my writing journey
Yeah.
and just workshopping and stuff like that.
That makes
But
sense.
it's fun. It's a
It's a
scary.
challenge.
It's a challenge. It's a challenge for sure. Because it doesn't work all the time.
Definitely
No.
not. I will say smaller rooms, I don't know, they scare me more than bigger rooms. I feel
It's
more
intimidating.
confident
It's
in bigger
intimidating.
rooms.
No, because that's the thing. You get in there, it's small, and you're like, oh my God, there's only 3-4 people. This is gonna be terrible.
I don't think the whole this is going to be terrible thing, but I don't know
I
why.
used
It
to.
just makes me feel a little bit more uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I will say it makes me more nervous for whatever reason. I'm not as nervous in a big crowd. Like I can stand up there in a room full of like 80, 200 people and it makes me feel more comfortable. I don't know why. I guess maybe it's because when there's less people, it's easier to focus on the faces. Whereas when there's a whole crowd, I'm not zoomed in on the faces and
Yeah.
I'm not like focused.
See, I still try to be like, even if I go up to Comedy Works or something and do like New Talent Night or New Faces this last summer, like that's the same thing. I kind of have to look out there and I see like 4 people and I'm like, you are the 4.
I like to
people
focus
I'm
on
gonna
my
look
friends. I'll like try to
Yeah.
do that. If I have friends or family at a show, I try to focus on my loved ones.
Oh yeah. If you have friends or family, that's great. I think the problem a lot of us had, especially though, is when I was new, I told too many people about it. I was like, you know what I'm saying? I was too excited and being like, hey, come to my comedy thing. Oh, you
Yeah.
do comedy? Fuck yeah. And then they come see me bomb. And
Yeah.
and then it's like, then they'll never come back. And I've been doing this for years now. So I've had a few friends that left around that time who were like, oh my God, Joe, you actually like, I was like, yeah, I've just been going nonstop for 3 years, just hitting
Takes
open
time and
mics
effort.
every
You
fucking
have to
night.
grow and develop
Like,
over time. I mean, we all start out sucking.
It takes time. It's just, I think when you're new, your friends are excited for you to have a new thing and they will come out, but it's the wrong time to bring them out because you don't know what you're doing yet still, you know, like you're still figuring yourself out, figuring out what kind of writer you are, what kind of style you're doing,
Your
like
voice, your body
all these
language.
things, and they take so much time to figure out. But you get up there, you bring your friends and they're just like, yeah, that was funny. And then they'll never call back again. You know, like, don't call me about your comedy thing again. Like that was embarrassing. But then I'll be at a thing and I'll have forgotten about that. And like I've had that happen recently now with the years going by. Like have a friend I was at a thing, didn't know I
Yeah.
was on, and I was there, did my thing, and they were like, oh my God, fucking, you're doing it, man. And it's like, yeah, it's taking a long time to get there. Like, sorry I made you come out when I first started. That was bad.
Yeah, when it comes to open mics, I've only had a few friends come out here. And then out in LA, I had my other friends that are like actually in comedy come with me to open mics.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it comes to my actual shows, none of my friends have come to my shows here. But in LA, I've gotten so many friends to come and my family comes out there. It's such a weird dynamic because they're so supportive of me when I'm in Los Angeles, and then the people in Colorado not as supportive.
People in Colorado are weird, man. We're weird people. It's a
Completely different environment because when I have a comedy show out in LA, like at the Comedy Store a few months ago, I was in the belly room with the Funny as Fuck girls, and we had to get 60 seats, I think, or maybe 80. I can't remember if it's 60 or 80 in that room, but we had to get it sold.
Sold, yeah.
And it was one of those things where you had to bring people and it counted. It was a bringer show.
Yeah.
But I ended up getting 20 people to come out of like the 60. I was pretty proud of that. Most of the
that's
audience
awesome.
were my friends, and my niece came, and I was very impressed by how many people turned out for me for that.
You got draw. That's
It ended up being a sold out show, and a lot of the people were my people, so that was pretty cool.
That's the weird dynamic with comedy, like versus music, I think, in my opinion, being a musician too. When you're a musician, it's all about your draw, like building fans, building people that are going to come to see your stuff. Like, yeah, the clubs put out flyers, they help promote, they provide the ticketing and everything like that. But for the most part, you got to bring friends, fans, make it happen.
If you don't, then there's not going to be as good of ticket sales, and they're not going to want to rebook you because if you're not selling tickets, then they're not going to fill the seats and they're not going to have the drinks and the food sold. Like, it's important to bring an audience.
But in comedy, there's this whole thing where it's like, it seems like the clubs or the producer has really like the majority of the work put on them for that. Like comics will be like, oh, how's this room gonna do? And it's like, well, did you bring anybody? You know, like this or that. Like me, I always try to bring like 4 or 5, 6 people because I kind of know how it is. I'm like, they're doing it. I'm at least gonna bring like 6 people for me when I'm on like a cool, good show that I know is like a show.
The shows that I've done in LA, it was like, make sure you're promoting. You better be bringing people. And that was something that my people that put me on were huge about. Like, you have to bring people.
Yeah. No,
it's a must. It's like required in LA.
Yeah, around here it's a little more. I don't know. It just ends up being a thing. It's the producer's fault. It's the producer's job. Whoever booked the show, it's their fault. If it's a bomb, that's good on them. If it's a success, you know, whatever. But like a lot of comics don't really have that mentality of understanding that it's like you are a thing and you need to have a fan base yourself.
And you need to promote yourself. You need to market yourself. You have to get people to see you and want to see you again. And you have to get people talking about you, spreading the word, being like, hey, I like this comic, sharing your links, sharing your bits. Otherwise, you're not going to grow.
Yeah. I don't know that, and that's the weird thing too. The whole internet age right now, like the TikToks and the Instagram reels and stuff of comedy. Because like what I've noticed with my band friends who are like TikTok famous right now, it's a different vibe. Like you could put out a song, right, and like a video and like a catchy clip of a chorus or a hook or whatever, and it'll go viral, and all these people are commenting, "When are you coming to my town? When are you coming to my town?" You put your stand-up clip up, and it goes kind of viral. And people just want to riff on what you were riffing on, you know? They don't necessarily care to come see you live somewhere. So that's what I've noticed with the internet thing right now when it comes to comedy and music. Music's definitely getting people who are showing up to things. Comedy, I have friends who are like viral and famous, but they're not selling out clubs. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, because with me, I've only posted a few of my little comedy clips, and I've even posted my shitty things where I'm bombing at mics. And I've had fans ask me, are you touring? When are you going to be at a comedy club near me? And I get asked that all the time. And not only that, but recently I went to Skankfest out in Vegas.
Yeah, how was it?
It was a lot of fun, but it's funny because I was waiting in line to even go in, and I had fans recognizing me while I was in line to even get in.
Yeah.
So I had people like stopping me for pictures and stuff, but people were like, are you going to be performing Skankfest? Are you doing stand-up? Which stage are you performing on?
Oh, man.
I was just like, I'm not doing stand-up at Skankfest.
I'm just here for the hang.
I just wanted to kind of explore it and have some fun.
No, that's cool. I had some friends on last year, so that's cool.
It was cool. I had a blast, but yeah, I just kind of popped in, explored it, and had fans stop me for pictures, and I had fans asking me which stage I was doing stand-up on. I was like, I'm not on that level yet. Maybe someday.
Now, I mean, that is a perk of your established
I have a following,
you know?
so that
like,
part's cool.
So.
I'm partially there. I have the following, and I actually do know the person who throws Skankfest, Jay Okerson.
Yeah.
He had me on his podcast earlier this year.
Nice.
So, you know, I know him. I have a following, so I partially have a foot in the door. It's just more or less I need to build up a better set and longer set, and I need to actually do the time. Yeah. I need to get myself out there. I need to put in the time and the work and the effort, and that's on me that I haven't. But
building time's hard. That's the hardest thing about this whole thing, man. Like I said, I've only been doing this 3.5, maybe 4 years, and I maybe have a shaky 20 minutes. Like I probably have like a solid 15 and maybe like 5 more minutes that I'm kind of happy with when I put it all together as a thing. But getting those opportunities to do 20 minutes, that they are very far and few. So you don't get to work on that. You're just working in like 5-minute increments all the time, having to like, okay, tonight I'm going to do
And then you have to
X,
eventually
Y, Z.
piece it together and hope for the best.
Yeah. Try to make the flow, you know, that's like a big thing.
Yeah.
And then and after a while too, even only 3 years in, you have some jokes that were like, oh, this was a mainstay in my set. I fucking hate this joke now. I don't even do it anymore because I have some new things. All my attention's been on what's new all the time. So it's
a
it takes
constant
time.
evolution.
Yeah, kind of building it. Well, that's the thing too. Like, a lot of people don't realize like all these stand-up specials and people like, if you talk to someone at work and they're like, oh, hey, you do stand-up, and they want to tell you about like 10 comedians they know on Netflix or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, it's a lot of those people who got those specials were like 10 plus years in the game
And most
before
people
they
don't
got
realize
there. Before
that.
they got there, you know what I'm
That's a
saying?
good
Like,
example. Like Matt Rife, he's been doing it since he was like 15, I think. 15 or 16, he said. And he's like 29 now. So he's been doing it like 15 years.
yeah.
He's
Just
been
grinding, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it takes time, and you're not going to
He
blow up
started as a
overnight.
kid and
Yeah.
now he's killing it, but it took him 15 years and most people don't realize that because he's young.
Mm-hmm.
And he was doing it as a kid.
Yeah.
Somehow he was able to get stage time as a kid. I don't know how
I
that
mean,
works.
no,
but
occasionally you get a few cool young ones. You get a few cool young cats who just get it right out the gate, and they're like, 19, 20, 21 years old. Manny Valdez in town. He's only
such a sweet kid.
He's only 22. And he's
Yeah.
like 3 years in. Like, we were
He's so
sneaking him
funny.
into bars to
Oh,
get
you
into
snuck
open
him
mics.
in?
Yeah, dude, we found like the back door of a bar one time to like get him in because they turned him down at the door, and we were all hanging out at this mic showcase thing. And yeah, we were like, wait, we know this building. Come meet us around the back of the alley. And we like snuck him in.
I love that.
Yeah, but it's like, okay, from time to time you get a few young ones who just get it right off the bat, and they're on their
Yeah.
way, And not to say they don't have their own challenges and things figuring it out. It was just like they're able to connect, and a lot of us, like, we're in our 30s and stuff.
I wish that they
and-
had something for younger kids, like a stand-up 18 and plus night or something. That would be a good idea if a club would
Yeah.
do that.
At Vultures you can be 18 plus to
Yeah.
come there. We've had a few actually lately, a few new
I think
ones
that's
coming
cool,
through,
'cause
people
they
coming
should
through.
have that more often for open mics and for other things, because there are
Yeah.
younger people that are talented and want to try things.
No, there's some that's good, some that's bad. But it's all about the work, It's like you're gonna be bad. It's like, very rarely is anyone actually good at this out of the gate. It takes time, focus, and study to do.
Yeah,
it,
we're always bad when we first start. I mean, I remember a couple weeks ago, I'm not going to say the name, but I was talking to one of our local comic friends, and I was like, yeah, you've gotten really funny. You sucked a year ago. And he's like, I could say the same about you. I was like, yeah, I know. I was like, I don't really care.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, we all sucked when we started. But the reason why we were talking about it is because he said that he wanted to start like an OFTV and put comedy stuff up.
Oh,
but
yeah.
he keeps holding off because he doesn't think he's good enough. And I was like, dude, you've gotten hilarious. You're really good now. You sucked a
Yeah.
year ago, but you've gotten great and you should just go for it. And he's like, but I don't feel like I'm good enough. I'm like,
Well,
I put things up when I was shit, and
Yeah.
I like seeing the growth, and you should just take the risk because you never know. Something that you think is shitty, other people might love, and also you can see your growth over time.
Yeah, no. And getting good tape's hard. Getting good tape. I've had good tape that sucks. Recently I had like a 12-minute tape from a show, like a whole set got filmed in like really good quality and shit. And that's like my new tape, because I'm like, I didn't even know they were doing it really. Like, they said something about taping happening, and I was just like, when I hear about that and it's not like at a club, I was just like, it is what it is. Like, it's either gonna suck or it's gonna come out good. This came out really good. It's like my best tape ever. Because I just didn't care. I think when you know there's tape, or you're going out looking to get tape, like the clubs have like tape systems, so it's like you do a set at like a mic or a showcase thing, you can order that tape and then get it later, and then you watch it back and you're like,
Yeah, I did that
fucking
at
fucked
Comedy
up.
Chateau.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
buy my tape there, and I actually put that online, and that was my first professional show, and I thought I did decent.
yeah. I have like 3 Comedy Works tapes that I will never release.
They were that bad?
They weren't bad. It was just I wasn't happy with it. It wasn't
Oh.
what I wanted. I was like, as far as it went, it was just the way it came out. And then I've also heard there's
Am I
like,
weird for releasing things even if I'm not happy with them?
yeah.
I'm like,
It depends how you get. At first I did, and then now I'm more like,
Well,
I
with
listen
me,
for like
I'm
the laughs and things, and I'm just like, did that hit? Was that all in my head? Because I'd come off a set and I'm like, man, that was a really good time, and then I get the tape back and I listen and I'm like, maybe I'm fucking crazy, dude. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
like hearing this better when I'm up there or
with
something,
me, even
or
if
the
it
way the
sucks,
audio works out.
even if it sucks, I don't care. I put it up because I'm like, it shows my progress.
Yeah.
If one thing sucks and the next thing's better, it shows the progress, not only for me, but for other people too.
Yeah.
And it shows where I came from.
Right.
It
right.
doesn't show that I'm perfect overnight, or like I look perfect the whole time. I hate it when people put on that face of looking perfect 24/7 when they're not. And when it took time to develop a skill set, I don't know. I like the idea of having the growth and development out there,
I think just sometimes.
the evolution.
Well, no, yeah, exactly. Like, I've done shows though where I know this stuff like crushes. Like I have an amazing set. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, greatest set!" And it's like, you know what? I didn't tape anything tonight. I don't have tape of any of that.
sucks.
But then when you go thinking about tape, that's like the night you're gonna bomb. Like it's like that's the night it's not gonna go right, or it's not gonna hit the right way you thought it was going to, and then it's like, well, fuck, I have this tape that I am not happy with.
I try not to focus on the taping if things are being taped. I
Yeah.
just focus on doing my thing,
Doing the
getting
thing.
through
Yeah.
it. And I usually like try to focus on my friends or family members if they're in the audience. Because I don't know, I feel more comfortable if I'm like looking at one of my buddies or my family members or people that I know and
Yeah.
trust versus like looking at strangers sometimes.
No, for sure. Like that was a big thing to overcome. Is like just going up in front of strangers and just being like, "Look, motherfuckers, this is
I've
who
done
I
it.
am."
I'm able to, but at the same time, I will say I like that little whoopee, that safety net of like,
Yeah.
there's
I see
my
someone
baby
who likes
blanket,
that.
there's my whoopee.
No. But like I said, I brought all my friends way too early in the game, and then now it's just like, yeah. Now they're starting to come back a little bit because they've seen I've been doing it, but they were like, "Oh yeah, when you first started, that was bad. That was terrible." And I was like, "Yeah, I know."
My Colorado friends are just hard to get out to do anything.
Mhm.
Like,
No, I feel
it's
that.
hard to get people out for anything. I was lucky that I got as many to come out for my birthday thing that we did as I
Yeah.
did. Because we're all old and busy
Yeah,
with kids and jobs and
mhm.
other things. And I get it. People have relationships, kids, and work and
Mhm.
other things going on. But it's one of those things where it's like, man, when I was young, I'd be able to get like 40, 50 people out, no
Out to a
problem.
night, yeah.
No problem. Now I'm lucky if I get 5 or 6 in Colorado.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Being older, it's just like, I hate people. I love my friends, but don't get me wrong. Like, I'm just like, in general, I'm like, yeah, I'll go to a show and hang out in the back of the room and watch the thing. and it's
Strangers
just
can
like,
be, I will say my
Yeah.
friends, though. I love my friends.
No. No, you have great people around you.
Yeah, I have a pretty solid friend group. And I don't know if you know this or not, but like the friends that we went out with the other day, like Anna, Alyssa, Kaylin, I've known all of them for a really long time.
Yeah.
And I've known Kelly for a while too, but she's more Anna's friend. She's pretty cool, but we're not close. But Anna, I've known for 11 years. Kaylin, 15.
Damn.
And Alyssa, I've known for over 20 years. I think like 25 now because we've been
Nice.
friends since we were like 7.
OGs.
Yeah,
OGs. For the
and-
people listening at home, it was Nickey's birthday the other day. There was a big party. We all went out. It was a good time.
We went to the Black Sheep.
Disco night.
Yeah, gimme disco.
Disco.
It's thrown by the same people that throw emo night.
Similar but different, I think. I'm not sure exactly.
Oh,
if
I
they're
thought you
complete-
said it was the
They're
same.
like, it's like a similar layout. I don't know if exactly they're connected that way, but they
Oh.
might be. I know they're all like people work for the same groups and
Okay,
stuff. I
so-
think they're affiliated in some way, but I don't
similar,
know. If it's similar,
but maybe not exact. I don't know. But we went to Gimme Disco, and I had a 70 themed birthday party, and everybody dressed up as hippies, and we went and we discoed and drank and ate and had fun.
Yeah.
And it was a really good night. But you met some of my friends that I've known for 20 years and 15 and 11.
Yeah.
Like, I've known all of those people for a long time, except for the dudes that they brought as their dates. I didn't know them. They were strangers.
Oh yeah. I met
Yeah.
one guy. He had a fly ass shirt on.
They both seemed
They
really
seemed- yeah,
nice,
they were
but
into
I
it,
was like,
yeah.
I don't know you guys. I don't even remember their names. They're going to be a distant memory. That's why I didn't even get them in my photos. I was like, I don't know you two. Get the fuck out of my photos. You're not going to be in my birthday photos.
But yeah,
I don't know you.
No, it was a blast. Disco night, highly recommend. Any disco night, go to it. It's a good time.
I recommend disco night, but also emo nights. I like emo nights too.
Emo night's too wild.
I love emo night.
Emo night's fun, but it's too wild. Everyone gets too much. Everyone's too drunk, you know? Disco night's the right amount of loose. Everyone's dancing, the energy's being worked. Like, emo night is just like sold out chaos.
I tend to do emo
Former
nights.
Hot Topic employees. And
I love
I don't know.
emo nights.
Emo night, it's fun. It's not my gig completely, but I stop in. I like to stop in. I'll stop in late and I'll see like 5 people puking on the sidewalk outside and then like get in there like talk to security and shit, just like holy shit, what kind of night is this? And they were like, yeah, it's fucking
Yeah.
emo night. Everyone went a little too hard too early and now it's not even the end yet. And People just
It's so much fun though.
It is fun. It is packed. But disco night, I just love that music though. I love that era. Like that's the thing. Me, my style, my mustache and shit. I don't even got to dress up. I just show up and I just fit in. Like it's great.
Yeah, with me, I just grabbed one of my dresses that
Yeah.
has the flowy sleeves, and my friend Kaylin was wearing a dress that I gave her a while back that I don't fit in anymore because I put on a little weight and I got boobs. But yeah, she has one of my dresses that
Nice.
looks 70s-ish that she
It
wore.
looked great. Yeah.
Yeah,
You guys all look
I
good.
just wore my normal clothes, and my friend Alyssa wore her normal clothes. Anna and Kelly had to buy costumes, but
Really? They didn't
yeah.
have that in the wardrobe?
Nah,
No?
if you didn't notice, theirs were more Halloween-y,
Yeah.
whereas the other three, like me, Kaylin, and Alyssa, it
Like,
was
we
just
might
stuff
actually
out
just
of our
wear this stuff.
wardrobe.
Yeah.
We were just like, let's just grab stuff out of our closet.
Nice.
I dress in 60s, 70s, 50s. I have such a big wardrobe. I mean, you can see the other half of my living room, my podcast area, is basically my closet. Because basically, like,
A lot of things to pick from.
I mean, I'm a
choices.
mother of two now. I know that you know this, but
yeah.
for anyone who doesn't know listening to the podcast, I decided to foster and adopt my daughter's friend. And because of the fact that I have two teenage daughters now, I did not want
Yikes.
either one of them to have the downstairs guest room that I had because it's floor level and easy to sneak in and out of or sneak boys into to do things. So I moved myself into the tiny guest room. I gave my daughter the master bedroom and her friend got her old room. And I kept
Yeah.
my office the same upstairs because that room's tiny and cramped. But my daughter got my walk-in closet. So now half of my closet is in my living room and I'm trying to go through things and try to figure out what fits and what doesn't. What do I want to keep? What do I want to get rid of? And it looks like a tornado hit half of this room. So I have a question.
What's
Do you
up?
have anything that you would like to promote coming up when it comes to comedy or Same Dude or your podcast, The Beanie Boys, or anything
Yeah.
in October, November?
Follow Joe Loves Pizza on Instagram. That's probably the best way to keep in touch on all that because I do a lot of things all the time. Yeah, there'll be comedy. This month I'm actually pretty dead, man. Like I was booked. This was the first year I'd ever done like the summertime. Like I had never been booked in the summertime before. And then this summer it was like every fucking week I was on something, which was very cool, very good, very busy. But now it's like fall and this is the first month that I was like, not on that. I have a few Same Dude shows. You can find the dates for we're in Greeley on the 26th. We're at
And
Vultures.
you're doing your Ramones cover band for Halloween.
Halloween, I am in a Ramones cover band, yes, with Taylor Duggar, Matt Medina, and John Bueno. Like it's
That's
all a
gonna
bunch
be
of
so cool.
comedians got together that play instruments and stuff and made a cover band. Halloween night, Vultures cover band. There's The Cure cover band. There's us. There's the Pixies cover band. And the Misfits.
Oh, that's
also.
going to be a badass
Yeah, it's going to be
show.
a nice, everyone's working real hard on their sets and everything, so it's going to come out really good. Like, it's going to be a really good night.
I'm definitely planning on coming for that. So
And then that very next night, November 1st, it's Vultures, which is like the big anniversary fest for Vultures. It's the 3-year anniversary there. And
holy shit, it's been 3 years already.
And then Same Dude's playing that
That's
night.
cool.
Yeah, Friday night. Yeah, on the 1st. So that's going to be cool. And my homies Relate from Denver are playing. There's all kinds of cool bands around. It's going to be a good time. I think I'm taking that day off work because I'm just going to like party Halloween night and then just roll into the fest the next day. So I was just like, I'm probably just going to schedule that one off and not go to work that day.
That sounds like a good
Told
plan.
my boss about it today. I was like, you know what? I didn't realize it, but this is 2 back-to-back nights that are going to get kind of wild each night. So I'm probably going to take the day off.
You got to do what you got to do.
And then, follow Same Dude on Spotify, Instagram too. We're always posting when we're doing things. We have 2 new songs out that came out last month. And then follow me. Whatever comedy show, whatever things coming up, we'll be doing a lot of things here going into the fall and winter. There'll be a lot of new dates coming up soon.
And in case anybody is wondering what type of music Same Dude is like, Same Dude kind of has a Pink Floyd vibe. So if you like Pink Floyd or Dark Side of the Moon, you'll like Same Dude.
We're very weird. Yeah. Very
I
fun,
wouldn't
very
say
trippy.
weird. I
We're
like
just very
it.
trippy. We're very
It's trippy.
trippy.
It's the type of thing that you want to do shrooms and just vibe out.
It's a good viber. Yeah, for
it's
sure.
a vibing type
Yeah.
of thing. Smoke a little weed, do some shrooms, and just have some fun.
Have a good time. Yeah. No, we always have a good time. And lately, come see the show because we are having a really like the live show we've been doing the last few months has really been a lot of fun. So we're having a good time with it. The set's really cool. We're introducing some new songs. We're writing a record. 2 of those songs they're on it. We're building the record as we're putting it out, basically at the same time. So
I'm
there's just
excited to
stuff
see what you guys
dropping
come
as
up
it goes.
with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's me.
So on every episode, I like to have my guest sign the wall
Okay.
and pick a marker, your choice.
Seems like everyone's kind of right here.
Yeah, you can pick a different spot. You can go more center, upper, lower. You can pick anywhere on the wall.
Nice.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Anytime.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on my podcast, Joe.
Thank you so much for having me.
I hope you have a wonderful night. I'll see you again soon. I'm going to make like a banana and split. I will see you guys later.